All right. So if you are able to, if anyone is able to take SSH connection to the system commands VM, could you please share your screen? I'll describe how to start solving the questions.
Yes, sir. I've shared my screen.
Please. Yeah, open up the terminal. Yeah. I would request everyone else to stop sharing, please. Just please.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I get an error like some other host remote host identification has changed.
For that, you have
So
to remove the known hosts file, no, from the SSH directory.
SSH, okay, known host we
Lalit,
have
you
to
are
remove.
sharing, right? I think.
Yes, sir. I'm sure.
No, so it is not visible. Could you please check that again, please?
Okay, sir. 1 second. I will share it. Now it's visible, sir.
Yeah, it is visible. Go to your terminal now, please.
Yes.
hmm Yeah. So you are in the home directory, which is correct. Now you have to go to OPT. So you do cd/opt. Yes. And /SE2001. That is the course code, right? For that, press enter. Yeah, you are
Yes,
in.
sir.
Now do ls here. So you see all the problems that are configured on this VM. So maybe you can start with some of them, right? So let's start with, let's say, practice. So which is the first practice? I think we can start with PPA 1.1, for example. Right. So you
Okay.
have PPA underscore 1.1. So what do you have to do? You don't have to do anything here because this is the OPT directory, right? This is the system directory. You need to go to your home directory. So for that, you do cd space, yeah, and just press enter without giving anything. So you go back to your home directory, right? So the symbol is there, which means you are in the home directory. Now you have to do create a directory, having the name of the course ID, basically. So SE 2001. Yes, MKDAR
Yes, sir.
SE
I
2001.
have already that.
Oh, you have done that. Okay. So maybe you can
Yes.
just go inside of that if you have it
Okay.
already. Yes, SE 2001. Correct. And do ls here, maybe you see what all problems are here. Okay, so you have done only assignment 0, which is fine. So
Now
let's
just
this one.
checked that.
Okay. So let's start with PPA 1.1, for example, right? So for that, you have
Yes,
to
sir.
do mkdir and give the name of the problem you want to solve. So PPA,
Excuse me, sir. We
go
have
on.
to first, people who are doing very first time, we have to
Hmm.
first create SC 2001
Correct,
directory in this home directory.
correct,
Is it?
correct, correct.
Okay.
Afnan, can you try your login? I think you will be able.
Sir,
Yes, I'll do that, Nishit.
how to
You
create,
can share your
sir,
screen.
Sorry, Yogendra, go on, please. Again,
sir, how to create this directory?
you have to use the command mkdir, no? As he's showing here. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is how you
No,
do that.
sir, I'm asking how to go to show this problem above.
I'm sorry, I'm
Hello,
not
sir.
getting the questions. Could
Sir,
you please?
how to go the directory of all problems like assignment?
Oh, okay. So for that, you have
Yes.
to go to this directory, right? /opt/se2001 is the directory, right? So you have to cd into that
Okay, sir.
and then do ls. You'll see all list of all problems that are there. So then you go back and basically create directory for whichever problem you want to solve. So for example, we are starting with PPA 1.1, and yeah, go on, Lalit, please. So press enter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and then you go inside of that cd PPA 1 underscore 1.1. Yes, press enter, and then you do synchro space show. So synchro is the utility that basically shows you the problem statement. Yeah, and this is how you get it. Okay, week 1 question 1. So the problem statement. So what we are going to do is we are going to have that problem statement here for some time, and so that others can also see. So similar process you have to follow. You go into that directory and then do synchro show. You'll be able to see the problem statement and then accordingly solve it. So you'll give some time, and after that we'll explain how to solve this. We'll explain the solution for this. Okay, this is how to go about it.
So on the dashboard, PPAs are there. So can we solve it over there, or do we have to solve it in VM only?
So some of the problems, like for example, this one that we have taken is PPA, right? So PPAs are there on the portal also. So there also you can solve. But there are some questions which are only there on the VM, which will not be there on the dashboard. So those, of course, you have to solve on the VM also, VM only, right? For example, BPT and all, right? So this is how
So
you do.
in my VM, I cannot log in because it is saying that long message which is there. No, somebody may have played
Oh, so
nasty and all that
for that you have to
messages.
remove the known host this thing, right? Known host file. Yeah.
But when I created the keygen, SSH keygen, it created that ID underscore ED 25 some 25519
Okay.
and with public also.
Right. So this fine. Then what's the issue there? I think you should be able to log in, right?
No, I can't log in. That is why I asked
Okay.
this question.
Okay. So I'll take it at the end, maybe, right? Will that be
Okay,
okay? Yeah.
okay,
Sure. Thank you
okay.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So just give me one moment. I'll show you
Hello,
both the
sir.
things. Yeah. Go on.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello. Sir, someone is removing me from the meeting, sir. I'm not able to join.
You're not able to join, is it? Okay.
Yes, sir. It is automatically it is going to removing, sir, from meeting.
Oh, I see. It should not happen. But you are already inside, right? I think should be
Yeah, yes, sir.
okay.
Almost 3 times I was removed, and again I joined.
No, I don't know. Might be a network issue. I really don't know how that is.
Okay, sir. Sir, it is for ES, no, sir. ES
No,
and
no, no. This
DS.
is
Both,
system
sir.
commands. This is only for DS for now because lab is going on, right? So,
Afnan, this is for both.
oh, but yes, people are not able to access the VM, sir. Actually, lab is going on. No, therefore.
So they are not able to access, but they can join. Okay, this session is common for both.
Okay, okay. So I'm explaining for system commands only for now because
Mhm. You
we are
can
going
just
with
tell us.
PPA.
You can tell us the process of the joining the VM, all these things. They
Yes,
can
sir.
join later. Okay, after completion of the lab.
Sure, sure, sure.
Sir,
That is fine.
can you tell the command that synchro show that you said? What was that?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
I'm sharing it. I'll share it and show that. Yes. Just give me one moment, please.
Sir, I didn't understand what to do with the VM and how to access some questions and how we know the questions release on VM when they release, how to solve that, what is the deadline of it. It is also confusing for me, I think. I did not
Okay.
understand at all the structure of that system command. Can you help me, sir?
Yeah, sure. So
Okay, sir.
let us go by this. Okay, hopefully my screen should be visible now. I have shared it. Um, is it visible? Can anyone please confirm?
No, sir, no. Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
sir, visual.
Visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is what we get after we log in. Okay, so the login issues that are there, we have taken it in the previous session also, and I think the recording is also available. But nonetheless, if people are still having issues with logging into the VM, maybe I can take those questions at the end. But I just want to go ahead with maybe demonstrating how to solve the question. That is one. The other is that this is even the session is common for both Linux shell students as well as for system commands. However, since lab was going on for Linux shell, therefore some people students from Linux shell course basically were not able to log into the VM and hence could not solve it here, but they can remain here if they wish to. And then after the lab is over, they can again log in to their VM and start working on the problems that we are describing. The process is common, right? So you have to basically do the SSH keygen and then upload it there in the passwordless website. And then after that, you do SSH. So you get in like I am here now, right? So I've just logged into the system commands VM. This is for system commands. You see the course code here. Okay, after that what we have to do is that you go to opt, right? So this is how you go. So cd slash opt slash and then you give the course code. So for Linux shell it is going to be cs1102. For system commands it is se 2001. So I go inside of that and then I do ls. Okay, so you see all the problems that are configured on the VM. Now some questions, for example, like PPA, that is there, is also available on the portal. So for example, if somebody is not able to log in, they can also try doing that there on the portal itself. But regardless, there are some questions that are going to be here and maybe in the future also that will only be there in the VM, not on the portal. So you have to mandatorily solve them on the VM only. Therefore, it is good to practice solving the questions on the VM itself. Okay. So for example,
Uh,
yeah, go on,
Sir,
Vivek.
this question on this screen, it has some deadline, or it is specific for a week, sir?
Which question? PPA, right?
No, sir. All the questions are visible here on the command line. It has
Right.
some deadlines, or it is specific for any like it is only for week 1 or only for week 2.
Right. Right. So actually, the deadline varies.
Afnan,
I think sir will be able to mention. Yeah, go on, sir, please.
actually, Vivek, so just read the grading document for system command course. Okay, these problems which are visible right now here, some problems are practice problems. Okay, like this practice names levels are given here, PPA levels are given here. Some problems, this assignment 1 to this assignment 10, assignment 0 to assignment 10. Okay, this is your this is the VM task for the that ES student, ES Linux course student.
Okay.
Okay, but you can also solve this as a practice, but for Linux student this is as a VM task, and the deadline for this is the OPP date.
Hmm.
Okay, another assignment, we have the BPT assignment, so that will release bi-weekly from week 2. So you can see that grading document where the from week 2, week 4, week 6, like that
I
assignment will be visible on your that this VM machine.
Okay.
So that assignments have 1 week, I think 1 week deadline for every assignments. So you have to complete within the deadline. Okay.
Sir, under
So
what name PPT will be released?
from week 2. So
Sir,
first BPT will be released on the week 2, then week 4, like this bi-weekly.
sir,
Uh,
actually, week two
So,
contents are
हाँ,
so
so
is
week
that
2, but once the
so
week 2 will
week two
complete
has
actually.
already started, no?
No, once the week 2 will complete actually. So
Okay,
that
okay. Okay,
BPT
okay.
assignment have the content till week 2. Okay, so
uh,
in this way, this assignment will be released, and you will get an announcement for this.
okay, sir. One more query. This question are available in this command line. It is refreshed after some time, or it is remain until the course completion.
This will remain till the course end.
Same questions, right? I have not solved today. I solve.
You
Uh,
can solve these practice questions will be available till the end. You can solve at any time. And this
okay.
assignment 0 to assignment 10, this is also will be available as a VM task for the Linux
As a
student.
practice. Okay.
But
Sir,
system command student can solve these as a practice.
sir, so I solved few question, but my system crashed, so I install the operating system again. What, like I need to do it all again
No,
or?
this is actually a VM. If your local system is crashed, that will not affect the VM. Actually, all data is stored in the this virtual machine.
Okay,
Okay,
got
if
it.
you will log in again, you will get your stored data.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, Afnan. So just you can just tell us about the first login process, how they are
Right.
logging. Okay,
Yeah.
at one step you can do, but don't take much query regarding again. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, before the recording started, we were discussing only logging issues. I think it's been
But yeah,
quite a while discussing.
once again you can just quickly go to.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure. So for the benefit of everyone, I'll just describe that again because it appears that people are having issues with that. But anyway, so let me. Okay, so for that, all right, I might have to do that again. So let me exit from here. So what happens is that if you're going to run SSH keygen, okay. So this is what you do, as mentioned in the website also. And once you run it, I'm not running it because then it will replace my key again. So I don't want to do that. Once you do that, so assuming that you run SSH keygen after it completes, so you just have to keep pressing enter. It will finish. After it finishes, you go to your SSH directory, like meaning in the username you have the .ssh, and inside of that you get your public key, right? And that public key is what you need to paste in the uh, URL that we were having. So in fact, let me share my screen again. I'll show you that also, like how to paste it. Yeah, just give me one moment. I'll just share that. So basically, if you see for system commands, right, you have something like this. So this one, right? So this is the uh, URL that we give, right? So this is the URL, passwordless. You go inside of that, and then you have to run SSH keygen and then keep pressing enter. So this is the example that is given here, right? So what you need to do after running SSH keygen. So you need not provide anything. It will just take the default values for everything. Just keep pressing enter, and then you go to the pub file, the public key file, copy it from there. You can do cat if you have it. Otherwise, you can just in Windows, maybe you can open it in Notepad. You open it in Notepad and then copy the entire public key file, the entire content of that, and basically paste it here. So it asks for that, right? SSH key, you paste it here. Okay, it'll end something like this. So at the rate of and so on. So you paste it here and then submit it. Once you submit it, then you go back and basically do SSH, uh, and give the roll number at the rate and the URL that is provided. After that, you get in. So that part I'll show. So after you submit your key here, and then I can go back to my terminal and show how to do that from here onwards. Okay, so let me stop sharing. I'll share that again. Okay, so then I go back to my terminal. So what you do after this is coming because I was already logged in, right? So I can just maybe clear this. So after this, what happens is that you give your uh, name and the URL. So you have to do something like this, SSH, and then you give that. So for example, my username is this, and then after that, se2001 dot study dot iitm dot ac dot in. Okay, this is what the URL is going to be. Hopefully, is it not? I think ds is there, right? Ds. Okay, yes. So this is the URL, right? ds.study.iitm.ac.in, and then you have the course code in the beginning, like this. You give the username. Since you have uploaded your public key already, and it is there on your PC also, then you log in. You just get in the virtual machine. So this, once you get this, you know that you are inside the virtual machine, and from here onwards, you can try your commands.
Just a
Okay.
quick question. If I do it today and I solve some question and again I do that password that SSH key thing. So will it be reset for me or like the evaluation everything has been done? Is will it be reset?
So no, so the thing is that for as long as your private key that is on your PC, right? So on your PC you have public key and the private key, right? The PUB
Mhm.
file, the .pub file is the public key, and corresponding to that is your private key, right? Without the extension. So as
Mhm.
long as these two things on your PC remain the same, they do not change. Like you don't move it, you don't delete it from there, or maybe you don't reinstall your operating system or something like that. If nothing
Mhm.
happens to that, your PC remains the same, and the same key has been submitted. Like wherever you submit, like whenever you submit, does not matter. You've submitted earlier also, which is fine, right? So as long as that remains same, you don't do anything to that, you should be able to log into your VM, right?
So the SSH key will be same every time, right? Yeah.
Every time, yeah. If it
Okay.
changes, because you, let's say, maybe joining in from another PC, right? And then you try logging from there because the private key is not there, the public key is not there, that might be a different key, right? Something might happen. So from a different PC, if you try, you'll not be able to log in. So in that case, what you have to do is you have to run SSH keygen on that PC, get a public key again, submit it again on the portal, and then from there you will be able to log in. Now what happens then is that if you go back to your previous, let's say, uh, previous PC, then from there you'll not be able to log in, because every time you submit, your public key gets replaced. Okay,
So the profile
so
will be new every time.
no, profile will remain the same, whatever you have, right? So for example, in my home directory, I have currently having readme.md. Anything that is in this VM
So
is going
in
to
this
be copied.
PC, I have created a directory, then that will be reflected in the other PC if I do that.
Yes, yes, because the directory or whatever you do inside of after coming to this prompt,
Correct.
anything that you do in this is not happening on your PC. Okay,
Okay.
let us be clear with that. It is happening on the server. Okay,
Okay.
so
Got
like
it.
meaning the IITM, the VM that IITM has provided. So it is happening on the VM. Whatever you do on the virtual machine is going to remain intact regardless of from where you log in. So this idea of SSH is just to get a connection to that, but whatever you are doing here is not actually happening on your PC. Okay, once I exit from here, let's say I exit, so I exit from here, now I am back to my PC. Whatever I do here, and this is Windows, by the way, so whatever I do here is happening locally on my PC, but as soon as I do this, SSH, and I log in, Once I get inside, then this is no longer my PC. Basically, this is the VM. So whatever I do is going to be remaining intact here. Okay, till the end of this course, and even even beyond that, I think. That fine?
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. And this is because you need not to install Ubuntu on your, locally, or you don't need to worry about that part, because we have provided you with the VM that is already installed. Ubuntu is there. Everything is already configured for you. You just have to log into that, basically. What you're doing is that you're trying to log into an existing computer that is there for you. Okay. All right. So this part is clear. And now I'll do that again. So OPT, and we go to SE 2001. Okay, so let us try doing something else. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we can take practice 2.1 also. Let us see what all is there. Is week 2 released already? Uh, can anyone confirm?
Yes,
Week 2
sir.
has been released, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, week 2 is released. Okay, then we try with practice 2.1 also. No, let's see what is there.
Uh,
So
PPA 2.2 I could not get.
okay, we can get back to that also. But let us see what is there in practice underscore 2.1. That seems to be a different question, right? So okay, so I go to my home directory. So this is my home directory. This character that you see, we call it a tilde, basically. Okay, so this is to the left of 1. So on your keyboard, 1 2 3 4 5 6 is there, no? The top row. To the left of 1 is your tilde character. So you have to press shift and then click on that, so you get this. So for example, this like this. If I were to do that, then I get this. See, so this is the shortcut to your home directory. Basically, if you do cd and then provide this, then you directly go inside that. Okay, and you can do pwd also. So that shows you the current directory, right? So you see home slash afnan, for example. So this is my home directory inside of this VM. Okay, that IIT has given. So and then I do clear. But anyway, so what you have to do in your home directory, and then I am going to create one, because after this I don't have anything, right? So in my home directory I only have the readme. That is fine, but I need the directory. So I'm going to create the course code for which I'm going to solve the question. So I'm going to solve it for system commands, right? So I need to first of all give that. So SE 2001, and this is happening where? This is happening in my home directory, not in OPT. So this OPT was the system directory, right? So slash OPT slash SE 2001 is a system directory that is already there, and you cannot modify this. This is configured by the admin. Okay, so this cannot be modified. However, since this directory, this home directory is mine, this is under my username, I can do modify this part. So therefore, the idea is that you go into your home directory and then create the directory corresponding to the course code, meaning SE 2001 in this case, and then I do ls. So I have the directory now. I can go from here to my course code. So you see this is the difference here, right? So you have the tilde, and then after that SE 2001 instead of OPT SE 2001. Okay, so just be clear with this, please. Okay, everyone has to solve it from here, meaning from home directory. Once you get in there, you just see the name of the question you want to solve. So for example, I can solve this one, practice 2.1. For example, I can copy it also. Right, so I've copied the name of the question or the ID, for example. Right, and then I do mkdir, that is to create directory. Again, I paste the name of the question that I want to solve. Okay, so what will happen? The directory will be created. Okay, it is empty. I need not do anything else. I've just created the directory. I go inside of that now because this question I want to solve. I'm doing it from my home directory. It's fine. I go to that 2.1, right? And then you do ls, nothing is there because this is a new directory, right? So nothing will be there, which is fine. I have to do synchro. So this command you can only run on the VM that is provided by IITM. Okay, this cannot run on the on your local machine, for example. Therefore, we say always practice and solve questions on the VM because it will help you prepare for the OPP also. Right? So OPP you have to do on the VM. Right? So therefore, you need to be aware with these commands and the process to do the questions. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Okay. So therefore, we are discussing that. So we have synchro, and then after that, you do show. So since I am in practice 2.1 here, I'm going to do synchro show here. It will show me the problem statement corresponding to this question, practice underscore 2.1. Okay, so I do synchro show. You see, this is the problem statement for practice 2.1, even though it is taking from OPT, you see, but we shall not be doing it in OPT. We should do it in our home directory. So the process again is, you are in your home directory, you create your course, the directory corresponding to the course code SE 2001 or CS 1102, depending on which course you are in. After that, the question number directory pertaining to that, basically. So this you can get from, you know, this ls that we did, right? So this is just to get the name of the questions that are available. Okay, and accordingly you choose one question to solve. So for example, this one, I select this one, and then I created the directory corresponding to that here, and then I'm going to do synchro show. Once I do that, somebody is saying for SC we need to use CS1102, which is not correct actually. For ES you have to use CS110. This is for SC. For SC the course code is SC 2001. This is for system commands. For Linux shell you have to use CS1102. Okay. So now, and then after that, again, the name of the question. And once I go inside, so I'm inside here. This shows the current directory, the working directory I am in, current directory. And then I do synchro show here. So I see week 2 problem 1, and this is the problem statement. Okay, so let me just clear this so that, yeah. So from here again, synchro show, and I'm here. So it says there is a file named final.txt in the current working directory that contains some text that you do not wish to do not that you do not want it to be edited. Okay, write a bash command to remove write permissions of user from this file. Do not edit, sorry, do not edit any other file permissions. Okay, so it says and then there is a note here, we have to be careful about this. So it says current directory, we are going to have a file called final.txt, right? It says that, but we see we don't have it. If we are doing ls, we don't have it, right? So then how do we do that? It is asking us to remove the write permissions and so on. Whatever it is asking, that is fine, but we have to have that file, no? But since we don't have the file, we have to do something. Therefore it is showing that you have to run synchro init before you start working on the problem to get the file final.txt. Currently it is not there. So what you have to do is I have to run synchro init. Okay, synchro init. After that I do ls, I see I've got the file. See, so I've got the file. It was not there earlier, no? After I did synchro init, I got the file as mentioned in the problem statement also. So this part is done. Now the question asks us to do what? It is saying that we have to remove the write permissions of user from this file. So I'll describe this part. But before that, let us see what all permissions are given. So for that, you remember, if you've been following the lectures, you would remember, if you do ls minus l, then you get the permissions, right? So you see the user. Uh, so there are three groups of this strings that are there, right? So if this part, the first part is basically, if it is d, then that denotes it's a directory, but for files it is going to be a dash. So this is fine. This r says that the user can read it. This file can be read by the user. This r says that. W says the user can
Right.
write to that file, and this is probably executable also. So x is given, and then this is for the these three, the
Group.
next three. So the first three is for whom? First three is for the user. User can read, write, and execute. This part is for the group, meaning the group to which the user belongs, what the other members of that group can do. So if there is one group and there are two users in that group, then it basically says what the group other users can do who belong to the same group. Basically, so it says they can only read, because they have been given only the group permission is only read, right? So group can only read. They cannot modify the file. They cannot edit also. The last part is for others, meaning everyone else, right? So there is this user who has created the file, or to whom the file belongs. In my case, it is my file, so it is here. That is fine. And then there is group, but there's no group involved here, because I'm the only owner of this file currently, right? In my directory. So in that case, it does not matter. And others, it says the default permission is that others can just read it if they have the permission. They cannot write to it. They cannot modify it also. But it says we need to remove write permissions of user from this file, meaning for me, like I have this file, I can modify this file because I have the right permissions. You see, w is there, meaning I have the right permissions, so I can basically modify it. But the question is asking us to remove that permission. So that I can do, but before that, let us see if the test case passes or fails. Okay, I need to check it without doing anything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to check if the test case passes or fails. So currently what should happen? Currently it should fail, right? Because I have not done anything. I have not solved the question. I am going to check it. So for that, you have to run synchro eval. Okay, I think there's some questions on the chat, but I'll get back to resolving those. Okay, please bear with me for some time. And then after that, synchro eval. So synchro eval, what it allows you to do is to check, have you done correctly whatever the question was asking you to do. Okay, so it should fail currently, right? It should say that, it should not pass because I have not done anything, right? I just did init, and after that I have not done the thing the question was asking me to do. So let us see. You see, it says evaluation failed because that was expected. I did not do the thing yet, right? So I just tried doing it. It is like submitting, right? So on the PPA, on the portal, you do test run, right? So this is the test run, and you submit after that. So basically, I tried doing it, and it says evaluation failed because I have not done the thing, right? Right. So the user is still having the right permissions. The question is saying that remove right permissions of user from this file. I have the file. It has having the right permissions. I need to remove it. Now, does any one of you know how to remove write permissions of user from any file, that is in this case this final.txt? Can you?
By using chmod.
Yes, correct. So for that you need to use chmod, and after that chmod.
u minus
We can use
right
numbers and also
for
commands.
Okay, so okay, let us do with this one is easier, right? So u says user, and then I need to do plus or minus.
minus, sir.
Minus.
Minus.
Minus, because you have to remove, right? So minus, and then what permission I need to remove? Is it write
Right,
or
Right.
read or
right.
write? W. Okay, which file it is? Final.txt.
File.txt, final.txt.
Right. And then I do this. So have I done the thing the question was asking me to do?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. And if I do ls minus l now for just for checking, you see w is gone from here, right? Earlier w was there, and I removed it. W is gone, meaning user does not have the permission to write. Even if I try to modify this now using nano or vi or whatever, I'll not be able to do that because I don't have the permission. But anyway, so this is what the question was asking. Now I'm going to do synchro eval again. Now what should happen? It should pass ideally, no, because that is all the question was asking me to do, and I have done that. So I do synchro eval. It says evaluation successful, and this is all you need to do for any question. Okay.
So, sir, it will get submit by themselves, by itself.
Yeah, yeah, by itself. You just have to do synchro eval. Synchro eval is basically, submit plus test is together. Same thing.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. So hopefully that would have clarified a lot of the doubts.
Sir,
Go on, please. Yes.
I have a doubt.
Uh-huh.
When I try to submit the key, it shows the error. Email is not allotted.
Oh, so are you from what is that? System commands or Linux shell?
Linux L.
Oh, and you are trying to do it in SE or CS1102? Which link you are using? Can you?
I am using a, VM access link. It show in
No, no. Is it
portal.
first the portal is system commands or Linux shell? What portal that is?
Linux shell.
Okay, and it says email not allowed, is it?
Yeah,
Okay, can you share me your roll number, please, on the chat? Possible?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go back to checking that Sujal, if I'm right, later. Okay, is that fine? Because otherwise,
Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Sir,
go on.
when
Yeah, go on.
sir,
Other question.
when do we have to use Nano or Vim editor? Like here we
Ah,
didn't use, right? The
okay,
2.1.
right, right.
Yeah,
See, if you
I
want to write,
share my,
yeah, you shared, right, Sujal? Okay, thanks,
yeah,
thanks. I'll check with the team and get back to you. Okay,
yeah.
so. All right. Meanwhile, you can just wait. We'll just discuss some other things. Uh, yeah, go on. Prashant asked, I think, no, which editor we want to use. I think, yeah. So basically, what happens is if you want to write something, no. So in Windows, for example, if you've been familiar with Windows, what happens is that if I want to write something, then I'm going to open Notepad, right? For example, if I want to do coding, then possibly I use VS Code or something like that, or Sublime, and there are so many editors. So what happens is when you are going to modify something, some file, then you are going to use a text editor. And now in Ubuntu, you have Nano as well as VI. So depending on your and that is a question of preference, more or less. So if you are comfortable with VI, then you use VI. If you are comfortable with Nano, you use Nano. But the purpose is same. The purpose is to allow you to easily edit text files that are there. Okay, does that answer your question, Prashant?
Sir, and Emacs is also there, no, sir?
Yeah,
Emacs.
Emacs is there as well. Yes, yes. So lots of editors, in fact. Yeah.
So, but in this question we didn't use it, so that
Yeah,
is fine.
we didn't use it. That is fine, right? Because it depends on what the question is asking you to do, right? If it said that you need to do something to the file, meaning edit something or write something into that, then you do that. But it is just saying that you need to have a bash command that is to remove write permissions, which I think other students pointed out very well. For that, you need to use chmod and do the work. Okay, so that is that. Uh, right. Shall we move on to the next question?
Sir,
Yes.
do we have man pages for this synchro show? Like this
Uh,
command is defined here. So do we have this?
Good question. I think we don't
No
have it.
manual entries. Help page,
Yeah, that possibly should be there. I have not tried
synchro,
it. Help
double
like this.
hyphen help.
Yeah, it's there. So you have show,
Okay.
init,
Okay,
and
so
eval.
five commands are there. Four commands. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Sir, yesterday,
Yeah.
yesterday I tried the same exercise. I
Hmm.
was showing to the instructor also. I got one error. Can you correlate what is that error shows? Basically, it's something we cannot able to submit. The error is the parse error, invalid numeric literal line one.
Oh
Actually,
no, so it depends on what the problem statement was asking you to do and what you have done, and in that, what is the error that you might have possibly made. So
is
it,
it is
you
it
know, that
is it
is
wrong on my side or it? Yesterday, sir was telling the system is not working. I
okay.
pasted in the chat. What is the error?
Yeah.
Uh,
So no, no. But which problem is this? Like which problem
Same
number is
problem.
this?
Same problem what you just fixed it in, but it is in the Linux. Huh? I'm from the electronic student.
Okay. Okay. So
So,
2.1, right?
yes, yes. The same thing. I'm getting this. It's not only for one problem. I tried three problems. All are same error. This particular error is coming.
Oh, okay, okay. So that might have to do something with the VM, the configuration and so on. So you can try that again, okay, and then see if that is solved. If not, then maybe you have to get back to the code.
Unfortunately, now the VM is down for some reasons. Their lab reasons,
Mhm.
I believe.
Yeah.
I cannot able to execute it in front of you. So I'll try it, but this seems to be a very basic exercise, whatever you give. But this also it's not
Working.
working.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Right. So for that, maybe you can wait for some time and let the VM, go, become available again, and then you
yeah,
try that. Okay.
sure.
Sir, one thing,
Mhm.
I don't have access to my VM right now. Just you can try one thing. Help for the sub commands of synchro show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So do
No,
we
so
have?
the thing, Himanshu, is that I don't think there is another sub command. So after that, basically you do init
Yeah, yeah.
and you
That
don't have it. After
arguments.
that, you don't have it. I think no argument. Basically, whatever you have seen here is sufficient to do your assignment, evaluation, and submission and so on. Everything. So for
Okay.
example, we have submitted it, right? So like I run eval, and after that it passed. So I can, in fact, without doing anything, I can just do synchro status, and it will possibly show that I have my public test pass. So it only shows
Okay.
for the public, but yeah. And
Sir, I have a small query.
the better thing to do, just one moment, please. The better thing to do is to just do eval, and it should show pass. But in this case, it is failing again. I don't know why. Let me see. Ls minus L. Okay, it is. I think I ran init again, right? Therefore, the write permissions came back, and therefore now the test case is failing.
Okay, and it is a reset.
This is sort of, yes.
Okay.
It's not a
If file
reset
is
per se, but
available,
yeah.
then overwrite and if this
File
is
is
reset,
overridden, right?
and then
File is.
it create.
Yeah, because it creates the file, no, for me, final.txt. So it created it again, and therefore the permissions are, back.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Got it.
one small query.
Ah,
For solving the problems, we necessary to make directory SC to 2001 and then
the
direct
problem
subdirectory
number.
for that
Yeah.
question.
Yes, of course. That is going to be always the case, regardless of which course you are in. So, in case of CS1102, like meaning for Linux shell, you have to do CS1102 and accordingly have another directory formed for the problem
For
itself, whichever you want to solve. So, let
particular.
us, particular problem, yes. And then let us do the other one also. So, that will be, and somebody was asking how to check the problems that are there. So for that, you can just do SE201, right? Like this. So ls opt/opt/ SE2001, and you see all the problems that are there. So for example, I am in 2.1, so I cannot do anything here now. That is done. I have to go back. So I do cd dot dot. So I go back. I'm in SE2001 now. I do ls here. See, only one directory is there in my home directory. Meaning, in my home directory SE2001, only one directory is there, which is fine. Now let us do another. So for example, practice 2.2. So for that, I just copy this, and I'm already in SC 2001 in my home directory. I do mkdir, paste it here, and do ls again. I have it, and then I go inside of 2.2, clear. I just do clear just to make it nicer. But anyway, and then I do synchro show for this one. You see, this is a problem statement that you have for week 2, problem 2. Yeah, I would request everyone who is looking at this to just try this out, okay, on your own, and let
Yeah.
me know if some error is there. Meanwhile, I'll just take other questions. Go on, please.
Yes.
Who has raised the hands?
Sir, I cannot open the virtual machine right now. I tried it a few days ago and it was working, but now I'm getting the like an error message,
Okay.
and I just pasted it in the.
Linux shell, is it?
Yes, sir.
No, so Linux shell lab is going on,
No, no,
right?
no.
So
Like system commands, the course. Yeah, system
oh,
command.
system command, it says, okay, so this one, known host. Now, what you have to do, you just go into your SSH directory, .ssh, and this known hosts file that is there, right? Just remove
Yes.
this file. Okay.
The whole file.
Yeah, you can just remove the whole file, or there's another command you can use, but for the time being, you can just remove the whole file. That should suffice. Yeah.
There are two. One is known host and one is known host dot old.
Yeah, maybe you can remove both, but the actual file that you need to remove is known hosts only. If you remove that only, that will also work. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And then try that again. You should be able to get in.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm going through the questions on the chat, and others may please proceed with solving this question that is currently on the screen.
Sir,
Yes.
so I'm made to watch the videos. So should I be watching the videos first in order to solve the questions?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's up to you. If you're able to solve, then it's okay. Otherwise, if you need to go back and rewatch the lectures, then of course you do that, and after that you can come back and then solve it. So this idea of this having this VM is that it is not as if you only join in the class and then try doing it. You can do it whenever you wish to do that also. Like, you just do ssh, get in the VM, and then open up some problem statement which you want to solve, and then come back to it, solve it, and then try doing synchro eval. It will show you whether it is passing or not. Maybe you can note down your issues that have come up, so in the next session, meaning the next Saturday, uh, you know session, we will just resolve those queries that you might be having. Okay. So in
So,
this
so
session, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to just demonstrate firstly how to log into the VM, which we have done, earlier also, like in the previous session, and then how to, get to the questions, and how to read the problem statements, and how to solve the question, and then submit them for evaluation. So this part is very important, because for BPT you need to follow the same process. You do synchro show, solve it, and then submit your BPTs on time, like the bi-weekly programming tests. That is.
so is there any classification of like till this point? I mean, till PPA 1 point. So the 1 point series I can solve if I had gone through week 1 lectures, is it?
Yeah, yeah, that is more or less the nomenclature that you should stick to. I think, yeah,
Okay.
one denotes the first week and so on.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, thanks.
So for this question, can you
Sir,
can you tell us what we have to do?
Okay, so just read it, right? So it says, write a bash script to script.sh which prints the mime type of some file. Okay, this is coming from week 2. For those of you who've not gone through week 2 content, might not be able to relate to this thing, but anyway, located in this particular file, which is fine. And then you have to use the file command to do that. So anyone of you familiar with mime type?
Yes, sir. It is for format of that thing, format of the
Yeah,
particular
format
file.
of the file.
Yes,
Yes.
just right.
And
Example MP4 dot
mm,
MP3.
video slash mp4, something
Yes.
like that, right? So that is called the mime type is basically your file type in some sense, not exactly that file type, because there are two things. Okay, so since we are discussing this, there's one thing called extension. So for example, you have .txt, and .mp3, mp4, and so on, all these things. .sh is script files. So this is what is in the file name, meaning the extension. But there's other thing which is known as the mime type. So mime type is the actual type because, see, in the extension I can give anything, right? So I have a, let's say I have a text file, but I name it as something .sh, then it might not necessarily be a script file, right? I mean, it depends. on what kind of file is this. I take an image file, for example, a JPEG file, so JPG, and make it .txt. It will not become a text file, right? It will be an image only, right? So therefore, what this question is asking you to do is to figure out the MIME type, meaning the actual type of the file. Now to do that, there is this file command that allows you to do that. So for example, I can do it here itself. So maybe okay, so I don't have it right now, that the the some file is not there. Maybe I have to do synchro in it, so it comes up. If not, so there are two things, okay, before we get there. One is sometimes in the problem statement you will be asked to do synchro in it, like in the previous question we did, and we got file.txt after doing that, right? So we got it and then we did our work on that, or whatever the question was asking us to do. In other cases it might be possible, like in this case I think that is the case in this particular problem, is that synchro eval is going to do that part. Some file, for example, is there, right? So it says some file, but some file is not here. I'm doing ls some file, the file some file is not here, so I cannot do anything about that. Even if I do a synchro in it, I think I'll not be getting that file. So if I do ls, you see nothing is there. So it means, what it means is basically that synchro eval will take care of that. It will check it for you against some files. You need not do anything on the file itself. What do you have to do? You have to write a bash script that performs the tasks which the problem statement is asking you to do. Like for example, in this case we are asked to write an script file that will print that will print the mime type, as I described, of some file. Now that file is not there, but it's okay, we can have the script, right? Can I have the script at least that does that? And then after that you do synchro eval. It will take care of getting that file and checking it against your script, and then maybe the test case will pass or it will fail, depending on whether if you've done it correctly or not. Okay, right. Now how do we figure out the mime type? So that is okay. The question asking us to do write a script which will print the mime type, but how do we do that? Like, how do we get the mime type? So for that we have to use the file command. This is an internal command, meaning it's a Linux command, and using this you can figure out the mime type of any file that could be there. Okay, so for that, for an example, I'll just go back and maybe go to practice 2.1, because we have one file there, right? So this final.txt, for example. So if I want to know the mime type of this file, and this part I think for those of you who've gone through week 2 content might have seen in the lecture also. So any file, I do file, and then there is this argument called mime. File is the command, this is the internal command, and then argument I am giving mime type, right? And give the file name for which I want to know the file mime type. So final.txt, I want to know the mime type of this file. Okay, so I give final.txt. After that you see it prints final.txt is text slash plain, meaning this is a plain text file, right? So you can read about mime type on Wikipedia also, and some other places will describe you what a mime type exactly is. But this is what the question is asking us to do, but not like this. So what I've done is I've run it here, no, here itself, like meaning on the terminal. But the problem is asking us to do in script.sh. Like I have to create a script, write the same thing for some file, you know. So instead of final.txt, it will be some file, and that will be inside the script, and in the script, and and then I do sync eval. So let's try doing that. Okay. So now we know how to get the mime type of any file. That is, I have to use the file command, and therefore it says you have to use the file command. Now, how do I know that file command, how to get the mime type? Because I mean, I knew that it will be mime type, right? But how do you know? So for that, you have to refer to the manual. So for example, that part also I'll just describe. If you do file help, file hyphen hyphen help, and this works for most of the Linux command that we are having, right? And you see all the arguments that it takes. This is a file command. So you see in this one, you have a argument like as I gave, because I remembered that, so I gave that directly. But you can check from the manual, right? So it says mime type, and it says output the mime type, meaning whatever file that is. In our case it was final.txt, it was giving us the mime type, so you have to just give mime type and it will give you that. So using this you can figure out how to get that. Now let us go back to problem 2.2 and try to create a script that will do that. So this was just for an example. So I'll go back to 2.2. So sorry, so 2.2 we don't have anything. That is perfectly fine. So what we have to do again, synchro show. See the problem statement, we have script.sh. Now somebody was asking, we have not used a nano or vi to basically create something. So let us do that, because now what we have to do is we have to have script.sh. This is script, so we have to write that. We have to have that script. So how do we write that? We have to use some editor, some text editor we have to use. So in my case, I'm going to use nano, for example, right? So I can use that. What is the file name? Script.sh. I'm going to write that script. Okay. So I'm inside. So I'm inside of that script.sh. So okay. So for those of you who've gone through week 2, might be able to understand. So what happens is that you start with this comment, yeah, right, which basically, uh, you know, in short, basically mentions to the interpreter, or rather the Linux system, which kind of interpreter to use to run this file, because this is a script, right? So this can run. This is executable file. So how to execute it, right? So this describes the interpreter to use. This is like a comment. So hash denotes comment, but this is a special line that we begin with, right? So then you have this exclamation slash bin slash bash. This is like a default for every bash script that you're going to write. I think mostly it will be there. So don't worry about that. Okay, now this is done. Now what this script is supposed to do, again, recall what is asked in the problem statement. Problem statement says we need to figure out the mime type of some file. Okay, so I know the command. I know the command for that. So I'm going to write that. The script is going to do the same thing that I did on the terminal, right? So file mime type. This is the code for it basically. And which file is that? Which file we need to figure out the mime type? Some file. No, the name of the file is some file, as was mentioned in the problem statement. Even though it is not there, but that's okay. Synchro will take care of that. Okay, so we have bash script which is doing file mime type of some file, which is fine. And then I need to quit from so this is nano. I do control O. So if you do control O, then it will write out, meaning it will save it. So control O, and file name to write is script.sh, which is fine. I press enter, it's done, it is saved. Now I do control X, so it exits from the thing. So I control X, I am I exited that. You can do cat also, just to see if that is written or not. So I do cat script.sh. So I see whatever I have written in that file script.sh is now there, right? It is there. Now I am going to do synchro eval, right? So what should happen? It should pass, because no, we have given it correctly. So synchro eval. Yeah, there's one more thing. I'm sorry for that. Before that, there's one more thing that you need to do. So recall that if you do ls minus l, you see script.sh is what? It's a text file, right? I mean, we just did nano and wrote some code in that, but this is a text file still. So you don't have the executable permission. So user, like I am the user, X is not here. So you have RW, X is not there, meaning it is not executable. So before you run or synchro can run it, you need to give permissions so that this file can run, right? So how do you do that again? Chmod, as was the case in the previous questions. This time what you have to do? U plus X. Because
Plus
I need,
X.
yes, correct. Thanks. And then script.sh, I need to make it executable. I do ls minus l again just to, so this I think is created by synchro. Okay, this was not supposed to be there. Let me remove it, right? Yeah, so it's done. And so now it is executable. We have rwx here, which is fine. Read, write, and execute. So I'm going to do synchro show, no, sorry, synchro eval again. And you see it is successful. There's one more thing I'll just do just to cross check. So what I can do, I can open the script again, right? And the problem statement was saying that this file is some file, right? I'm going to make some mistake here. So instead of some file, I make some files. Okay. Now this is not what the problem statement is asking us to do. I save it. File name to write is script.sh. I press enter, control X. I am back. Now I'm going to do synchro eval again. And this, by the way, remains executable because we have given permission once. So it is there. It's going to stay. That is fine. And then I go to synchro eval, and this will fail again because it is doing for some files and not for some file, as was mentioned in the problem statement. Okay. Is the part clear? And then I can again I can go back and then do correct this. Sorry. Yeah, I can again do correction for this. Come back, synchro eval. It is done. So this is your 2.2. Okay. I would request everyone to go through this, by themselves. Otherwise, it does not become clear. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, or
Sir,
shall we move
sir,
to the
what
next
is
one?
script, sir?
Go on. Yeah,
Hello.
please. Yeah.
Sir, what is this script, sir? Meaning of the script in Linux or system command?
This one.
Yes, sir. Script.
Okay, what is the script you're asking? Okay, so yeah, a detailed discussion on that possibly would be done in the lecture on the on the respective week. But the idea in script in general is that you see what happens. Not everything can be done in one step. So several times what happens is that you need to do a lot more than one command, right? So many things you have to do. So for that, you can think about a script as a collection of multiple commands that are going to run in a sequence, a specific sequence, like a program. Right? So you write a program and then you save it, right? So uh, you can run it again and again. So a script is like that. Maybe you can have functions inside of that and so on, right? So this is like, so in this case, in the case of script.sh, in our case, in this particular example, there's only one command, right? The script is doing just this one command. It's not doing anything more than that, right? So I could have as well run it directly on the terminal, right? Because there's only one command after all. But it might be the case that you need to do more complex things, right? So you are not going to run command for each and everything that you do, multiple commands. So what a script allows us to do is that you can have a bunch of commands in the script, right? And conditions and if and while and all such things are there, similar to Python. And then not similar to Python, but basically all the constructs, the programming constructs and loops that are there, you can have. The syntax is different. Bash syntax is very different from Python syntax, but you can still relate to it. So you can have multiple scripts to do things, and then you know and then you can run the script. So this is like a collection of procedures that we're going to have. Okay, does that is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
sure. Go on, please.
sir, after writing the script in the Nano or Vim editor, then or Nano editor, how do we like exit or save and exit?
Oh, so let me do that again. So I go inside. Like I'll not do that again, meaning I'll go inside. So you have to save, you have to do Control O. Okay, Control O, and it'll ask for file name to write. You press enter. So it says wrote 5 lines because apparently there are some new lines at the end of this thing also. You see. But anyway, so 5 lines done. And then I have to do Control X to exit. Control X. So I exit. See, and for those of you who are using it on Mac, should do Command X.
Sir, it is not working.
Not working for you?
No, sir.
Yeah, you're not able to exit from Nano, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You should not have. Are you using a Mac or Windows? Like,
Sir, Windows.
oh, Control X is not working for you? Okay.
No, sir.
You're able to write inside of that? Like, meaning you're able to edit this file?
Yes, sir.
And then after that, you press Control X, it is not working. What it is saying? Oh, it is asking for this, is it? Say modified before? Is it asking that?
No, sir, it's not asking anything.
And Control X is not working.
No, sir.
So after that, what happens? Nothing happens after pressing Control X?
No, sir.
Okay. No, I'm not really sure. Maybe your keys are not working or something like that. I'm not sure. You can just try that again because it should work. Like Control X works. You see? This is how you exit.
Now how to exit?
Oh, yeah, I think your okay, your SSH might have been stuck. What you can do is you can just close it from basically you just close the terminal itself. Take SSH again and restart. Maybe that might be a thing. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir,
Go on, please.
sir, will there be a separate lecture session for, giving the basic commands, the file system
Yeah,
hierarchy?
for that you have the lecture itself, no? The weekly lecture, that is one. The other is there are instructor sessions and TA sessions, like separate instructor sessions as well as TA sessions for all of those doubts that you may be having. This particular session on Saturdays is specific to solving, this is solve with instructor session basically. So we solve
Okay.
questions and do practice specifically in this session. Rest of the days you have TA sessions, right? So you can join in those and TAs will be there to guide you and
Yeah,
assist you.
I had joined, but so far we haven't been. I haven't been, you know, um, seen one having, listing down the basic commands and stuff. So I'm
Ah,
new to this, so I
I see.
haven't watched the lectures. I rely upon these sessions.
Makes sense, right? No, so I would
So
suggest you if time permits, just try going through the lectures because professor explained it very well, from the start. So even though it might be new to you, if you go through the lecture videos, I'm quite sure that you'll be able to catch up very easily, right?
yeah, so far I'm
Please.
comfortable connecting to the VM and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know the basic commands.
Correct.
So
So it's okay. I mean, like the only suggestion at this point I have is basically go through the lectures as much as possible because that is your primary source of getting the basics. And then after that, if you're having issues, then you go to TAs. And then this particular session, solving the problems is particularly tuned to make you comfortable so that you can attempt your OPP because that is the important component of the grading pattern. So
Okay, I understand about today, but will there be any lecture sessions? You
yeah,
know,
in the okay, I'm not sure whether we're going to have specifically that kind of a session, but in the instructor session on Mondays, I think what you can do is you can put forward your doubts, right, and then they'll suggest you how to move forward from there.
okay.
Yeah, but
Sir,
from my side,
in
yeah.
Google, sir, in Google we can search like Linux command cheat. So it gives all the
Yeah,
commands, basic commands, sir.
right, right. Basic commands, yes. Yeah, yeah. So for example, if you want to start from like uh, even the basic commands like ls and cd and how to navigate and so on, this
Mm.
part can be taken from Google. There's one more thing I'll share. Okay, now that this has been brought up, there's this book that we are having which is very nice. In fact, you might be having that in your dashboard in under supplementary contents. So this is a system commands book specifically for this course. Okay, and possibly it will help you in Linux shell also. So that basically starts from the very introduction of Linux and commands and so on up until a lot of very interesting commands that are there. So you can try going through the book because that will be easier, to for you to
Yeah, I was trying
follow.
that actually to solve one of the problem, the 1.2, which says to list the file type. I mean the directory with the file type. But I don't see a easier way to get to the command directly.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I understand. Okay, so some of the yeah, so the thing is that problems are actually specifically designed to cater to the topics that are discussed in that particular week. So for example, you see bash scripts, being discussed in week 2, for example, right? So
Mm.
again, if you're not comfortable with that, then the only thing that I can think of is that you have to go back and go through the lectures, I think.
Because I've been attending all the sessions so far since start of the last week.
Correct, correct, correct.
Yeah, the last
So
Monday
in
was
the
a orientation session.
orientation, yes, yes, yes,
So, and after that, it was purely only connecting to the VM. So there
yes,
was no
yes.
lecture sessions, which
Hmm.
gives us a basic of what the
Correct,
basic
correct,
commands are. So I'm stuck here. So
correct, correct, correct. No, so two suggestions. In fact, three. One is that uh, try putting forward your doubts in the Monday session because instructors take that. So that is the TS also can help you, but you have to ask specific questions, and they are catering to specific questions that come along. So that is also fine. You can ask them to help you out.
I'm finding system commands to be different because the other courses, though they have lecture videos, they used to have a lecture session which talks about what's in the
Ah,
videos.
ah.
So that is
Correct.
something
Makes sense.
different here.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, so we have a
I-
summary kind of session that happens like Monday and so on. So we discuss the weekly concepts there, but to do from the start to finish. So that is one. The other suggestion is that you go through the book, please, if possible, try to follow that. And the third suggestion, of course, is to just go through the lecture video. I think I don't see any other way around it, unfortunately.
Okay, so thank you.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yes, Prithvi, I think. Go on,
sir,
please.
what does the command apropos do?
Apropos is similar to ls, no? Apropos. Apro. Okay. Typo here. Apropos. Apropos slash. Oops. No, it is similar to this. Ls. I think. Let's do help. You have to use man for all these things. Okay. So you do asterisk. Yeah. So it can also list the files. Yeah, you do man appro pros. It'll show you what exactly it does. Search the
Well,
manual page names and descriptions. Okay, this is for searching inside of the manual list, I think. If you want to search for something inside the manual, like this is the man page itself for appro pos itself. But if there's some other command that you want to wish to search for in the manual, then you can use this command. But
So,
I think in the one of the questions, I think in the practice assignment, it was mentioned as being similar to ls also, but I don't know. Yeah, go on.
So apropos is like search the keyword. Suppose we want to know the command for creating a file. So we don't know what is the actual command. So we can search apropos create file, then it will tell all the keywords that match with that particular keyword, all the command that match with that particular keyword.
Yeah, so it is searching within the descriptions of that. So
Yeah.
everywhere you see file in the manual, you are seeing that, right? So for example, if I say apropros mime, uh, okay, mime type, or let's say create. Yeah, so yeah, everywhere create, you see create a temporary file and so on. You have that. It is returning that, so you can use these commands to do
Yes,
that.
sir. And the left printed are commands, sir.
Yeah, the commands themselves. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thanks so much for that. Uh, yeah, other
Sir,
hands are
I have
raised.
Yes, sir.
Go on, Seish.
Yeah, yes, sir. On which days do we have this like live session for Linux, sir?
Linux shell and system commands for both of them, the solve with instructions session is same. This is the only one. It so happened that today was the lab, therefore, Linux shell students were not able to access the VM. But yeah, we are going to discuss the problems on Saturdays only. Therefore, you
No, sir.
see,
I'm just asking whether on weekly days we'll be weekly we'll be having the live sessions, right? It will
right, right.
be on the same days like Mondays and Saturdays like that, or will be changing for every week.
No, no, no. It will be same only. So Monday is the, I think, the conceptual discussion session, and Saturday you have the solve with instructor session like this one, and in between you have TA sessions also. So that are also fixed. I think 2 or 3 days in between you have.
Sure,
So
sir. But
they are going to remain the
the
same for
timing
this one.
of those session will be on the afternoon, sir.
Yeah, for this one at least it's 2 to 4 always. Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'm just asking it because I'm actually doing this as a dual degree, and I'll be finding time only at the evening time.
I see. I see.
That's
So
why I
these
asked. Yeah.
things will be recorded. I think in fact this one is also being recorded, so you can go back and watch whenever you get time.
Sure, sir. Sure. Yeah.
All right, so we still have half an hour to go. I think I'll be taking notes. Meanwhile, just let me open the
Hello.
other one. So 2.3 also, so that we solve it. So instead of going back there, because I know the structure, I can just have 2.3 because we know it is there, right? So otherwise, you can just do ls/opt/2000 just to verify. So you see 2.3 is there also. This one. After 2.3, you have 3.1, which is fine. So you go to 2.3 and then clear synchro show. Sorry. Sure, and you see this. Yeah, so please proceed with this question. Meanwhile, I'll just take notes. Go on, whoever has raised the hand.
So actually I tried it again, it's not happening. VM.
Oh, are you from Linux Shell or System Commands?
No, system commands.
Okay, would you be willing to share your screen and show that if possible? It's possible for you.
Okay.
Others may please proceed to 2.3. Yeah.
So I'm not able to share the screen.
You're not able to share. Okay. So what is the error that is coming up? Can you read that out, please?
It's coming host key verification failed.
Okay, okay. So you do one thing. You are in your home directory, right? Meaning in your local PC, you are in the home directory, I think. Right?
I'm using Windows PowerShell.
Oh, Windows PowerShell. So you are in your username directory, right? Whatever
Yeah,
username.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So do this one. You go inside .ssh. So you do cd, or you can use Explorer for that also. No, you can just do it using Windows Explorer. So you just go to your directory with the username and go to .ssh, that directory, and remove the file known hosts from there. There's a file called known underscore hosts. You have to remove that.
Okay.
Just try doing that.
Underscore host.
It is there. Is the file there?
I don't know. It's not.
No, you have to go to .ssh. So you are in your username, and then after that do cd space .ssh.
No, I'm in .ssh only.
Okay.
When I type known underscore host and I clicked enter, the term known underscore host is not recognized. as
Yeah,
name.
yeah, that is okay. That is okay. So you do dir there. Dir.
Okay.
Dir will show you what all is there.
Yeah.
Is known host there? Known underscore host.
Yeah, known underscore hosts are there.
Yeah. So what you have to do? You do del del for del
Yeah.
space known underscore host.
Space underscore.
No, del space known host. So let me just put that out in the chat. So del known host. This is for Windows, by the way. Okay. So you have to delete that.
Okay.
You've done that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing. Term del is not recognized.
Oh, del is not there. Are you using PowerShell or command prompt?
I'm using PowerShell only.
Do RM.
Okay, try RM.
Yeah.
So what should be my command?
RM space known underscore host. Instead of del, try using RM because it has to remove. I think del works only in the command prompt, is it? Okay.
I click enter, nothing happened.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So do dir again. Do you see known host now?
Known host dot old is there.
Yeah, that one is gone, right? The other one is gone, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that is okay. Now try doing SSH again. You should be able to get in.
Okay, I'll try it again, the whole steps, and then I'll let you know.
Yeah, not the whole steps, only the SSH part, meaning SSH username at the rate your URL, this host, and so on. That one. Meaning you have to just go inside. You don't need to do the.
Okay, I have to just write my mail ID part.
Yeah, yeah. Meaning you don't have to generate the key again, right? You just
Okay,
have to.
okay,
Yeah, you
okay.
just try
Yeah.
logging in. Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, this script.sh is a script file, right? So we have to write that command, that comment exclamation slash bin slash bash
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that declares it as a bash script file, right?
That declares it as a bash script file. Yes.
So that script could be xyz dot ssh.
Yeah, yeah. Anything. It does not matter. Whatever you name it does not matter. But it has to have that. It has to have that comment in the first line. That is one. The other is that it should be having the executable permission, meaning you have to do u plus x. That one. Chmod.
Okay. Yeah.
Otherwise, it will not run.
So I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Okay. Fine. All right. So this is 2.3. I'll give some time for this one to be done, and then we'll discuss. Right.
Sir,
Yes. Go on.
sir, the classes for Monday, it is clashing with MLP sessions. So,
Okay.
can the timings be adjusted if possible?
Right. Right. Okay. I'll let the team know about your thing concern. I'll check with
Okay,
them. Yeah.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Since both the are live sessions and they are scheduled for 8 to 10 p.m.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Sure.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
see to it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, in case if you could not attend live sessions, so where we can find these recording videos?
Yeah. Recording videos you can find on the YouTube channel. No. Let me just paste the YouTube channel link. Okay. Just keep a note of that.
So
Yes,
last
okay,
two
please.
TA session is not uploaded. Can you say to all the operation
Yeah.
team?
Yeah. Sure. 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 I'll let the ops team know to do that. So the one that I have pasted just now, I believe, is the link for this current session that is going on. Okay. So from there, you can go to the channel also, meaning you go there in the YouTube and then you can go to the channel. Just keep a note of the channel link also. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, sir, okay.
All right. Shall we discuss this one or would you like to take some more time?
Sir, I have one question. Can I log in on two machines with this like a virtual machine of IITM?
Yeah, I think you can, but the only caveat is that you need to have the same private key both places, meaning the private key public key pair, the files, the pub file as well as the other file, both need to be the same. So what you can do, you can submit your public key from one place having the private key and the public key pair, and then copy the same files over to your other PC or wherever, from wherever you want to log in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Therefore, then you'll be able to do so. Otherwise, if you do SSH keygen on the other PC and then submit it, that'll overwrite the other one. So in that case, you know what happens. So you come back, you'll not be able to log in with the previous one. You see?
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe you can have the common public key, private key pair, and then have it in the same, like have it in both PCs.
Sir, in which week we will learn about SSH?
Okay, I cannot recall it off the top of my head at this moment. I'm sorry for that. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Is it in the course or not?
Yeah, it is going to be in the course only. Sorry.
Okay. Then no problem. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Okay, just proceed with this question, please. Yeah, go on. Other hands are raised. I see Sahaj. Any questions?
Yes, sir. Actually, I want to ask about the Google Collab. What is it? Matlab,
Google Collab. Okay,
yeah.
that is. See, the thing is, Google Collab is another environment. So these things are environments, right? So, for example, you have your PC, right? So you are having your operating system in that. So that is Windows. So of course, in Windows you cannot practice Linux commands. So either you have to install Ubuntu on your computer, meaning on your local computer. That is one thing that you can do, or you can use the VM that IITM has provided. And this of course is the predominant thing that you have to use always. For all the evaluations will be done in the VM only, so you have to stick to this. That is one. The other thing that we had given earlier about Colab is another environment wherein also that is also like the underlying system within Colab is basically that of Linux. So in that also you can practice some of the bash commands, some of the Linux commands you can practice within Colab also. So that is just for practice. If you don't have Linux on your local machine and you haven't got access to your VM, meaning the IITM VM, you don't have it yet, then for the time being you can practice within Colab also. But I would suggest everyone to stick to only using the VM that is provided. Okay, does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, it was not in previous term, so I thought it is something new.
Yeah,
So,
you can use Colab also, of course, for some of some practicing. But again, synchro and all that will not be there, therefore evaluations cannot be done. Of course, all
yeah,
these questions and
yeah.
everything is only here. No. Yeah, Prashant, go on, please.
Okay, sir.
For practicing the command, the Linux commands, should I download WSL in Windows? Or
You just do SSH, right? Whatever operating system you have, you just SSH into this thing, this VM that IITM has provided. You log into this one, right?
but I can create files here and practice, right?
Yeah,
Here.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
do that, but evaluations will not be done for that, right? Whatever assignments you have to do only on the VM. Okay, be careful with that.
Yes, sir. But like just to practice the commands, like I
Yeah,
may create some dummy files and delete
right,
and
right,
change the
yeah, yeah.
permission.
That is always, I mean, that is always up to you. You can
In
do that.
VM also I can do that.
Yes, of course. Either you do it IITM VM or you do it in WSL or you do it on Collab. It's up to you. The evaluation is going to happen only on the VM. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Go on. I think one more hand is raised. Yeah, please.
Sir, Linux command and bash commands are same, sir. Hello.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, yeah. For the time being, you can assume them to be same. Yes. There are a little bit of differences that you might become aware of as we move forward, but at this point, I think we need not worry about that. Can assume that they are same. I think in week 2 only you will get to. I think the professor is going to discuss some of the differences. I think possibly I don't recall exactly, but week 2 possibly he'll be discussing that. One more hand is raised. Manu, I think. Go on, please. Any questions?
Yes, sir. So you take sessions on every Saturday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This solve with me sessions,
Yes.
and then there's one session which you were talking about, which is on Monday, the instructor one, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So apart from these two, I guess yesterday was another session, TA session
Yeah, that
was
was
there.
TA session. Yes, yes.
So like, why two sessions? I'm not able to get it. Like, we have to attend both or what? Will you please?
Yeah, yeah. See, the purpose of these two sessions are different. So one is that this one Saturday session we are going to do solve with instructor, right? And the other session is to discuss the concepts that are being for that particular week basically. So for week 3 session you are going to discuss with the instructor the concepts that are being discussed and so on. So all the doubts you can put in. See, all of these are basically the channels with which you can obtain help. So either you ask it with the instructor or ask to the TA, or ask in here in the solve with instructor session also is fine, right? But these sessions are meant to cater to different types of questions. That is, but you can
Okay, sir.
attend any of this.
Understood. Altogether, we have three sessions to like attend, or if we want to attend, right?
Yeah, yeah. TA sessions are more actually. I mean, I think how many TA sessions are there? More than one TA sessions are there, but solve with instructor is one every Saturday, and Monday you're going to have another session with instructor. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Suresh, go on.
Sir, I'm trying to solve this 1.2, but I searched the internet also, but I couldn't, you know, find
Would
a
you like me
solution.
to do that? 1.2 you're trying to solve.
Yeah,
Would you be able to follow
yeah,
if I do that? Yeah,
yeah.
sure. So I'll do that. Before that, some hands are raised, so let me take that. Sanjay,
Sir, can you solve one script or example script file, sir?
this
Like,
one, 2.2.3.
no, sir, any question, like more. Previously, you solved only one line script, no, sir?
Okay,
Script
okay.
line.
So okay, the problem
This,
is that these many like the initial problems pertaining to creating scripts, no, bash scripts, most of them are going to be done in only one line, right? So you'll not be able to realize uh you know the extensive nature of what scripts can do, right? Because the initial questions are very basic. So if you see only one command is there, but again, yeah, for purposes of demonstration, I can do something that will possibly give you some idea. So that I'll do maybe towards the end. I'll see to it. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, go on. Other hands are raised in the order, please.
So, I just have a really small doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, if I want to exit my terminal, and if I just type exit,
Mm-hmm.
and then now tomorrow I want to access the same thing like these practice
Yeah.
assignments and all. So
Mm-hmm.
if I just do my SSH and the roll number thing, will I
That
get
will work.
it back?
Yeah, yeah, you'll get it back. Yes,
There will be
that's
no
the only
issue,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah. So let us go back to 1.2. I think there was a request to solve that. I'll try solving it. Okay. So I don't know which 1.2 that is. LSOPT SE 2000. Uh, is it PPA 1.2?
Yes, sir. PPA 1.2.
Suresh? Okay, PPA 1.2. All right. So MKDIR PPA 1.2. Fine. Clear. CD, and then I'm going to do PPA 1.2 synchro show, and you have it. Yeah, just give me one moment, please. Okay, so let us see what it says. The problem statement. Okay, problem statement saying write a bash command. This one, right? So this problem statement to print the file types of all the files stored in the current working directory. Okay, fine. The output in the should be in the format as described below. The first column is file directory name, and the second column tells the about the file type. Okay, and your script is file types.sh. This is what we are going to create, right? File types.sh, and it will not be provided any input or anything. Like no input is there. Just have to run it and basically print the types of all files that are there, right? Okay, so there are ways to do that. I think there must be an example as to what kind of output they want, right? So there is a sample output, right? Okay, so okay, oh, so this is I think coming from file only, right? So file gives us that. This is empty, this is directory, this is symbolic link, and this is UTF-8 and so on. So this is coming from the file command, if you remember. That was it. So for example, if I go to practice 1 2.1 again, so I have this final, right? So if I do file final.txt without the mime type, so earlier we were having the requirement of only getting the mime type, so I specified mime type there, right, as an argument. But if I want to just not specify anything, I just want to get the type, so it says, ASCII text. That is, so this is what they are asking for, file types of all. So if you not specify anything, then that is going to give you the file type, this kind of a descriptive file type. So this is what they are asking for in the other one. So let us see what to do with that. So PPA 1.2. Okay, synchro show. So we know that we need to use file command to figure that out. Now, and the output, I mean the output that it gives actually the same kind of output, right? Basically the same thing, right? So the file name, and then you have so ASCII text, Unicode text, and so on. So this is by default it is there. So you just have to do file. Okay. So let us try doing it.
Sir, how did you come out of the file?
Oh, from this you have to do Q. So this is VI actually. So you have to do Q. You exit from there. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Go on, please.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go on. Balakrishnan, I think. Yes.
Yeah. There are 5 sessions throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
What will be covered in Monday and Saturday session, and then in the TA sessions on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday?
Right. So the Monday session is going to be discussing the concepts that are pertaining to that particular week. Okay. So they're more of like a
Okay.
conceptual discussion, but again, you are free to ask your questions, and we'll be clarifying your doubts. That is the ultimate objective of any session. That is the thing. And the
Okay.
TA sessions are more or less open unless the TAs plan to discuss something specific for you have to ask them, but more or less remain open, and then they're going to, of course, discuss the concepts again, text doubts, and maybe discuss some of the assignment questions also pertaining to that particular week again. So and then you can ask doubts from previous weeks also to the TAs. This session, like Saturday session for Solve with Instructor, is particularly for practicing the questions so that you get ready for the OPP examination. Okay, so this is primarily focused on that. But again, you can ask questions
Okay.
here also. Yeah. Fine.
Okay. Thank you,
Sure.
sir.
Sure. Thanks. Yeah. All right. So coming back to this thing. Okay. So let us try having the script. So what was the name for that? It says file types not sh, right? This is like earlier it was script.sh. So depending on what the problem statement asks you to create, you have to create accordingly, right? So it says file types.sh. So I'm going to create that. Okay. So let us use nano again. I might use VI also, but it's okay. So and then we start with this thing, the interpreter. So bin bash, right? And it says we have to do for all files that are there, right? That is what it says. So let me in fact go back. That is what it is saying, right? So it says file types of all files. So okay, before writing the script, the shell script, because as I said, most of these problems are basically going to be solved in only one command that you need, right? For example, you can just use the file command to do this one. So instead of writing the shell script to begin with, what we can do is we can just try out the commands that we are going to write into the script, directly on the terminal, so that we are aware that the script will do the same thing, right? So let us try doing it at some point, so that we are aware what it does. So I was thinking that instead of having like file, so we have multiple files, right? So in fact, let us have it. So can we have multiple files? If we do synchronate, will you get it? No. Okay. Eval is checking against it. Okay. So okay, let us do. I mean, create some files. Okay. So maybe example one, and then I have a script also, for example. So multiple files. So the idea is that in file command. So let's say you have multiple files. In fact, I can have multiple files, right? So example two, three. So I have multiple files. So it is saying I need to figure out the file type for all files, right? So in file, I'm going to give something to specify for which file I need it. So for example, if I give a file example one, so it says empty again because all these files are empty. That is fine. I want to get it for all files, then I can do asterisk, right? So this is like a regular expression that you give, right? Like this. So if you do this, you see all files which are present in this particular directory, you are getting the name of that file and the type thereof. So if there are, again, all files are empty, which is fine, but if there are other types of files also, it will give us that. So what you need to do in that script is basically this. Instead of giving a specific file name, you are saying asterisk or star, which basically says that for everything I need. Okay, is that fine? So this is the approach to do that. Now, since it is asking us to do it in the script, meaning the shell script called file types, I will do that. So file types.sh again, and then we have the interpreter bin bash. So it says whatever it says, we're going to do it in one command only, right? So you don't get to appreciate the idea of a script here because again one command, but it's okay. So and control O, we have the file name saved. Control X, we are back, and then you do ls minus l. You see write permissions or not. So I'll just remove the example this thing, okay? Because I just created it for examples. Gone. Ls minus l. We have this, so executable permissions are not there, therefore it cannot run. So what I have to do is I have to do chmod u plus x and then give the script file name. So this is now executable. You see the color also changes for that. You see now user has the executable permission, and now I'm going to do so. I think because synchro init is not giving us any file, right? I think eval will take care of which file it needs to check against. We don't know for which file, but it is saying that any file you have in the directory, for all files you need to figure out the file type in this format, file name, and then you have in the second column the type of that file. So I think it should work. This is what the problem statement was asking. Let us try evaluating this, and it says passes all the test cases, right? So hopefully we have done the right thing.
Okay, so can we use the ls command also to get the output, or is it?
Yeah, so ls, what happens? So ls minus l, or even without ls, if you just do ls even without l, you just get the names, right? But here it is saying I need to get the type also, because you see this one, the other column, you have the name, which is fine. This you can get from ls, which is correct. What you're saying is correct. This part we can get, like the name of the file we can get. But what about this? What about the type? So type only file command can give us this thing. File command is the one which is saying this empty or ASCII text or Unicode text and so on. As you see in the problem statement, it's saying, right? So PDF files are there, it will say PDF files and so on, whatever, what kind of file it is, it will describe. So this is done by this particular command. So it is mandatory for us then to use this. Otherwise, if there might be other ways, I don't know, but I can think of using the file command because it gives me exactly in the same format as it is asking for. Possibly they are just asking us to use the file command because this is the exact same thing, right? So you get the name and the type. Fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sure.
So can you do ls?
Here.
Yes. Sir,
Use.
here we only created file types.sh, not script.sh, but script.sh is also created.
Okay. Perhaps when I did synchro eval, it might have created something. There are some internal things that for evaluation purposes they do
But
possibly.
that might be empty, right? Script.sh.
Not necessarily. If they require something to be there, okay. So see, it is doing some kind of, so it is doing the initialization part. You see, it is creating some random directory and having several types of files and so on in that possibly, and then running it. This is running our scripts. You see, the name is what we created. It is running that, and then and checking against it and so on. So
Okay,
it is
sir. It
it
is
is doing that. Yeah.
running our file and creating some files to check.
Check. Yeah. So that is, again, we can assume it to be part of the evaluation script. We need not worry about that as such. Just have to do synchro eval, and if it passes, it passes. So this is what you have.
Sir,
Go on,
sir,
please.
what does the command synchro eval and synchro int and synchro show perform?
Okay, so you do synchro help for that. Init says initialize. So some of the assignments, as we might have seen in the earlier, not necessarily in every assignment, some of the questions rather, you might be asked to do synchro init. It will be mentioned that okay, before you start writing code or before you start doing commands on this problem, please do synchro init before starting. So it will be like a note or something. Then you do synchro init before doing your solution, in the problem. Not always it is required, but if you do, that is good. Okay, but if it is mentioned, then you need to certainly do that if it is mentioned in the question statement. That is, so this is to initialize. Like for example, if you remember the first problem that we solved, the final.txt file was not there. I think it was practice something 2.1. So practice 2.1, if we can go back just to relate, you see here I have final.txt, but it was not there. Say I can remove it. So I removed it. Now I have synchro show. So synchro show, it says that there is a file name final.txt, but it is not there. But it says you have to do synchro init to get the file. See, how do I get this file about which the problem statement is talking? So for that, you have to do synchronate so that you get the file. So it is mentioned, therefore we need to do that. So this is the initialization part. So if it is asked to do that, then please do that always. Otherwise, you'll not be able to solve the question. That is for init. Okay, so you get the
Sir,
file and then you do. Yeah, excuse me, please. I'll just finish this one and then come back. So init is done. The other is show. All of you know what show does. Show is going to show you the problem statement similar to this part as we are seeing here. So this is show, and then init you've seen. Eval actually does the evaluation plus submission. So you have to always do eval to actually submit your assignments. Okay, fine.
Okay, sir. Sir, and this synchro command is already present in the Linux commands, sir.
Yeah, in this VM it is present.
Okay, sir. So if we try to perform the synchro in a normal Linux command, it will not get performed.
No, it will not. It is only there in the IITM VM, this thing.
So it is specially created by the IIT, sir.
Correct. Yeah, of course. Of
Okay,
course.
sir.
I think somebody else raised the hand earlier. Go on, please.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a doubt. I mean, I got the thing like synchro related to synchro. So
Mhm.
I have another doubt which is related to VM. Actually, I am not able to get the VM access. I was trying to get the access, but it is showing me emails. Email ID is not valid.
You're
So,
from System Commands or Linux Shell?
system commands.
Are you submitting your public key on the correct portal, meaning it is written System Commands or?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Could I present my screen and we can do it?
Yeah, could you please share your roll number? That will be better, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check with the team once. Yeah.
You will check with the team first.
Yeah, I'll check with the team. I think your email should be allowed, right?
Okay. Should
You
I
should not.
give you email ID?
Yeah, just the roll number will do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will do.
All right. So that is all I think for today. I think. Is there anything else that you wish me to discuss?
So,
Go on.
you had asked me to come towards the end of this session.
Yeah. Go on, please.
I have this problem. I'll share my screen with you. In the VM, I'm getting this error.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I have pasted in the chat.
Sure. Thanks. I've taken it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So, can you see my screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Uh, the error it is when I'm trying to log in into the VM. It is
Yeah, I
giving
see that.
this error.
Host
Remote
error, right? So you
host
just
file.
remove
Yes.
the known host file, no? So
From here.
no, not from here. From .ssh. You have to go inside .ssh also. So do cd .ssh. Yes. Yeah, and you can do dir to see if it is there. It must be there. Not ls. Ls will
Also,
not work here. Dir will work, I think. Or possibly it will. I don't know, but dir will certainly work.
the known hosts are to be removed.
Yes, the known host. So you can use
Both,
rm. I think somebody mentioned that rm works.
both are the hosts.
Only one. The without the old. I think if you remove with the old also, that is fine. That is not related to that. But you just have to remove the known host. Basically. Yeah, press enter. Yes, and then try again.
So,
Login again. Yes.
the same that
Yeah, yeah.
I
Same.
paste it here.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Type yes and then yeah. Oh, so you have not done SSH keygen, I think, no? SSH keygen, you
I
have to.
have done. Actually, in SSH keygen, I got this ID. It created the key in ED 25519.
Okay, fine, fine.
And it did not create it in IDRSA.
Okay, so can you go on and remove the ID RSA key pair? I think the older one is there, so you might remove it as well if it is not needed. So that it takes the correct one. I think it is taking the wrong one, therefore. Yeah, remove ID
Actually,
RSA. Yeah, and remove the
both
PUB file also. Yeah, both.
PUB also. Actually, I am having this problem right from 2 semesters. I could
Okay,
not log in into the first time. Second time, I had not submitted the BPTs,
I see, I see.
so I was not allowed to appear for the OPPA.
Oh, I see, I
Actually,
see.
I
Okay.
have to appear only for the OPPA, but because
Hmm.
I could not clear it in the last sem, I have to repeat the course.
I see, I see.
So
Oh, so you should have
that is
reported it,
why.
right? Okay, I don't know why it
Sorry,
happened like that. But anyway, just
uh,
remove this one. Hopefully it should work. If not, then you need to submit again.
RSA.pub.
PUB, yeah. Remove that.
Both are to be removed.
Yes.
Okay.
And then,
Now
yeah, try again. Try again with the roll number. Yes. No, no, you have to do this thing. You can stop
I'll have to
sharing.
create.
Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen maybe, and then you this PUB file that is there, just open that up in Notepad or something. Go by going there, or you can do cat also here,
Cat.
and then yeah,
Cat that ID ED.
yeah, the PUB file. But I would suggest you to stop sharing because this is being recorded also,
Oh,
right? So it not
okay,
be a good idea
okay.
to keep sharing this.
Oh,
Stop sharing this and then copy it there and then paste it. I think should be okay. Otherwise, you can ask it in the TA session tomorrow. Not
okay.
tomorrow, sorry, like the next TA session. Yeah, I think that is all there is to it from my side. If there are no other questions, that we might close today.
Sir, one thing, I tried that PPA to 1.2.
Hmm.
So I'm getting error. If you can please.
Yeah,
So
please
the
share it.
PNG file has to be cat.
The PUB file has to be, yeah, you have to copy that. Yes, the entirety of that.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, Suresh. I think you can share your screen. Yes.
This has to be copied onto the passwordless
Yeah, onto the password
page.
list,
No?
there's this text box having the example, something similar to that, RSA and so on. So you have to paste it there and submit it.
So I'm
Okay.
getting evaluation
Right,
failure.
right. So you have to create the script also. No, this is the command. You're using the right command. You have created the script, is it? Can I show you? Can you show me your script, please? Meaning, can you go into that? Yeah. File types.sh. Yes. Very good. Oh, you have written find. It should be file, no?
Okay.
Done, done. Control O. Enter. Control X. Yeah. Try doing eval again.
So I'm not sure why it is like
Yeah, it's fine,
this.
fine. It happens. Does not matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on. Can hide it maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Done, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks. Yeah. All right, then. Yeah, we are going to close this. Thank you so much for being here for so long. I think you might
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
discuss
you,
the rest
sir.
of the thing in the next
Thank you,
class.
sir.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.